Welcome to Looking Within, a podcast to help you quiet your mind, settle your body, and see God's presence in your everyday life. I'm Julie. I hope our time together will help you to feel more grounded, whole, and filled with a growing desire to be a conduit of God's love and presence to the world around you. Now, let's begin. The season of spring is becoming more visible by the day in the upper Midwest, and I hope the same is true wherever you live too. Spring feels wonderful after a long winter and pandemic isolation indoors. Not only is spring so very pleasant to the senses, but nature's seasonal changes provide a wonderful analogy for our lives. The arrival of each new season can remind us that we are like nature. Our life circumstances are not static. They're dynamic, often able to be changed and re-envisioned at any point along the way. Each seasonal change can serve as a transition point, giving us a chance to make a transition, to realign our practices, our routines, the activities that we give our time to. And we can choose to see things with fresh eyes when a season changes, opting for the adventure of cultivating some seeds of new life that are emerging in us, waiting to be born or to be developed further. I have an acorn that is cut in half that I received at a retreat some years back. One of our retreat mates brought one of these for each of our group on our last day together. She had coated the inside of the acorn half with gold paint, and you can imagine what she was trying to convey to each of us, reminding us of the wonderful things, of the great potential that resides inside each of us. The acorn encouraged us to remember that acorns grow into amazing oak trees, one of the most loved trees in the world, a tree that is considered sacred in some spiritual circles. A tree associated with honor, strength, nobility, and wisdom due to its size and longevity. Entire ecosystems depend on oak trees for survival and habitat. So this one acorn can lead to something magnificent as it grows over time into a mature oak tree. Now, oak trees aren't the only magnificent trees, of course. All trees are wonderful and unique, and the beauty of a forest comes from the diversity of trees that are often found there. Like a forest, human beings form a similar collective. We are one body with many parts. Each of us lacks a whole list of skills and gifts, but each of us has particular gifts to offer. The Apostle Paul writes in 1 Corinthians 12:7, "A spiritual gift is given to each of us, so we can help each other." The acorn with the golden center reminds us that each of us is created in the image of God, and that we have God-given gifts that make us uniquely us. These gifts might be seen through doing, through action and service, or they might be gifts of being, seen and felt through a wise and loving presence that we have for others, or as a combination of the two. Both types of gifts are important and serve as vehicles for God's love and compassion to be felt in the world. I wish I could look you in the eye right now as you listen to my voice. I would show you my acorn with the gold paint and remind you of the wonderful potential that lies inside of you. The springtime change of season could very well serve as a transition point for you, especially this year, coming out of COVID. Maybe you've been seeing things about your life that you'd like to tweak or change altogether. Maybe there's some hint of new life inside of you, some new theme or calling, a new project you feel led to, or an existing endeavor to which you recommit yourself. Like springtime in nature, There is always the potential for new life to be sprouting and growing inside of you. I bet you're meant to grow into an amazing tree, as it were, a tree that provides love and care for the world around you. I must caution you that sometimes we ourselves can become a barrier to the growth of new things in our lives. Perhaps we feel too puffed up, too egotistical if we make it known that we're pursuing something bigger or different than we've ever done before. Perhaps we lose sight of the wonder and joy-filled exuberance of our younger years when anything seemed possible. Listen to a poem by Marianne Williamson called Our Deepest Fear. She speaks about both our potential and our ability to squelch the sprouts of new life that are inside of us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, handsome, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. I love some of Williamson's phrases, like, you are a child of God. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. Whatever is inside of you to do or to be, to lead or to contribute to, springtime calls out to you to let your light shine, to allow seeds of new life to sprout and grow within you. Let's think about this during our quiet moments together. In this quiet space and time, I'd invite you to gently close your eyes and to take a few deep breaths in and out, in and out. Hear the sound of the bowl calling you to look within. Let it center you. Let it awaken you to God's presence. You are the acorn with the golden center, divinely designed to grow into an amazing tree. Look closely to spot any new life inside of you, just waiting to emerge or to develop further. Is there something within you, a theme, a habit or routine, a project, a new identity that is asking for your attention? I'll be back with you in about 2 minutes. Take one more minute to notice the marvelous you that you are. Whatever is part of your life now, whatever is yet to be, you are beloved and treasured by God, always. I'd invite you now to take a few deep breaths in and out. In and out. Hear the bowl sound calling you back to this day. Gently open your eyes, remaining still for a moment longer. It's spring. It's that time of year when new life is palpable and visible, when the very air feels fresh and new. What can this transitional change of seasons mean for your life today and in the coming weeks and months? My hope and prayer for you is that you've had some insights today into the dynamic nature of your life. Some things in life are beyond your control and are difficult or impossible to alter. But other parts of life are not. There is gold inside of you, longing for your attention to see new possibilities, new things to explore or to do, new ways of being that allow your wonderful light to shine as a uniquely made child of God. May you continue to discover all of this gold that lies within you. The world will be an infinitely more loving and beautiful place as you give your gifts to God and to the world. Thank you for making time for your inner self today, for developing and enriching your relationship with God through reflection and discovery. Whatever you've experienced, carry that with you in the coming days. You can find more episodes at our website, Gloria-Day, that's DEI.com/lookingwithinpodcast, or subscribe through your favorite podcast app. If you know someone who might enjoy and benefit from this podcast, share it with them. Your financial contributions make this ministry possible. To give, visit Gloria-Day.com/giving. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you next time.